A message to anyone that intends on marching on the 31st of August. If you can't comprehend the fact that the word Nazi is actually short for AshKeNAZI, then you've been fucked by psyops.
We pay very close attention to the Nationalist Socialist Network. My current view would be that they're not doing things that would actually meet the threshold for them being listed. They do not advocate acts of terror. Their principal driver in this country at the moment is to build their brand and recruit more people, and unfortunately every time there's media around this incident they get successful in recruiting people. So I'd have to be careful on what else I might.
It's meant to look like a paramilitary uniform. It's meant to look like an intimidating presence.
Bill make hate speech, hateful conduct and threats illegal. So police estimated the number at 100.
People say that Melbourne is the left-wing capital of Australia. It's becoming the Nazi capital of Australia.
These Nazi protesters that are actually going on a recruitment drive because the government are doing absolutely nothing.
There was police all around them. They were escorting them basically.
The government have let this grow.
Police monitored the extremists. I mean that police will have the powers to move in and make arrests.
Sarah Hanson-Young calling for the government to consider listing a Nazi group as a terrorist organisation.
This disturbing incident unfolded mid-afternoon. A group of more than 20 men wearing balaclavas and masks faced off with the riot squad. They marched through Artarmon before catching a train.
The government have let this grow.
We need the government to take it seriously and to consider all options, including whether they should be prescribed as a terrorist organisation.
The government have let this grow.
About it, but National Socialist Network that was that staged this march wants to actually set up a political party.
A group called the National Socialist Network.
White men are not allowed to assemble. I'm a Hitler soldier, and what I'm doing is right.
There was police all around them. They were escorting them basically.
You need to be careful not to hype it up too much.
A proud neo-Nazi marching into court to learn his fate.
I'm a Hitler soldier, and what I'm doing is right.
Do that. We're stronger than the police.
Jailed for 1 month, but within 2 hours, Jacob Hassant was granted bail and was back on the streets.
And when we kill these niggers that are coming into our land to rape and kill our families, then the police gets upset because they're like, wait a minute, you can't do that. We're stronger than the police.
Do you accept that it's a neo-Nazi group?
Yes.
Right, so you've joined a neo-Nazi group?
Correct, proudly.
Why is that?
Because I'm a neo-Nazi, obviously.
Police have watched on as neo-Nazis staged a march through Melbourne's CBD, terrorising commuters.
Hidden under masks, the group gathered around 1:30 a.m. First at State Parliament, then at Flinders Street Station with a banner reading "Expose Jewish Power."
Victoria is the neo-Nazi capital of the country.
Reading "Expose Jewish Power."
This country should not belong to the Jews. It should belong to the white Australian people that built it. White man! White man! White man! White man! Why does 0.4% of the Australian population, the Jews, get to dictate to the Victorian government what our freedoms should and should not be? I tell you why. Because of the money and power the Jews have over our political system. This country should not belong to the Jews. It should belong to the white Australian people that built it.
In 1933, the Havara or Transfer Agreement was established between Nazi Germany and the Zionist organizations, allowing German Jews to relocate to Palestine. Many non-Zionist Jews resisted immigrating, so the Nazis intensified persecution to pressure them into leaving.
And in short, it's because Hitler was right.
In 1917, the British government issued the Balfour Declaration, expressing support for the creation of a national homeland for the Jewish people in Palestine, while simultaneously taking control of the territory. After World War II, with the Holocaust narrative used as justification, the British handed over the land to the Zionists, leading to the official establishment of the State of Israel.
I think about Hitler a lot.
From 1947 to 1949, Zionist forces carried out mass killings, demolished hundreds of villages, and forced over 700,000 Palestinians from their homes. A brutal campaign remembered every May 15th as Nakba Day. Before the rise of Zionism and the establishment of Israel, Jews did not share a single language, nationality, or racial identity. Historical accounts note that the Khazars, known for waging wars through deception, converted to Judaism around 700 years ago. These converted Khazars became the AshKeNAZI Jews, many of whom later embraced Zionism and oppressed the Sephardic Jews of Palestine. Unlike traditional followers of the Torah, they instead adhered to the Talmud, teachings often characterized as anti-Christian or even satanic.
It just so happens the guys that are right every single time also like Hitler.
Let me get back to the most important part of this. Hitler collaborated with the Zionist movement through the transfer agreement, effectively financing what later became the Nakba, the catastrophe, the displacement, ethnic cleansing, and occupation of Palestine. Hitler played a pivotal role in advancing Zionist ambitions for a Jewish state. Without his actions, the establishment of Israel would not have been possible, and there would be no protective safe haven for pedophiles to run home to.
The Australian public are going to have to accept Hitler.
In 1938, during Stalin's purge interrogations, it was disclosed that powerful banking circles from Wall Street and the City of London had signalled their backing and provided financial support directly to Adolf Hitler as a pivotal moment in July 1929. Adolf Hitler and the Nazi movement were backed and financed by the Rothschild family. His rise to power was orchestrated through Illuminati-linked secret societies in Germany, such as the Thule Society and the Vril Society, both connected to Rothschild networks. Financial support for Hitler came from the Bank of England and other British and American channels, including Kuhn, Loeb and Co. The Rothschild Associated Bank also played a role in funding the Russian Revolution.
We're not going to disown Hitler.
At the core of Hitler's war machine stood the chemical conglomerate IG Farben, which later evolved into what is now known as Monsanto. Its American branch was influenced by the Rothschilds through their agents, the Warburgs. Paul Warburg, best known for orchestrating the creation of America's privately owned central bank, the Federal Reserve, in 1913, served on the board of America's IT. In fact, Hitler's IG Farben, which operated the slave labor camp at Auschwitz, functioned as a subsidiary of Standard Oil. While Standard Oil was officially controlled by the Rockefellers, the Rockefeller Empire itself had originally been built with Rothschild backing.
So now that you're on board with Hitler,
case in point, Adolf Hitler was controlled opposition set up by the bankers. That fact alone exposes the secret relationship between Nazism and Zionism, a relationship that neither Zionist nor Nazi is willing to acknowledge or discuss even to this day. Anyone watching this video is made it to this point and is a supporter of the National Socialist Network. How would you not be asking questions about these guys? Any critical thinker would be, right? Questions you should be asking. Does that relationship between Zionism and Nazism still exist? If it does, what's the chances that it exists between certain Zionist-controlled spy agencies and the National Socialist Network? Thomas Sowell and his followers in the NSN, despite claiming to advocate for the interests of white Australians, dress entirely in black, which raises the question about their true motivations. This choice of attire may reflect a deeper ideological alignment with historical figures like Adolf Hitler, who, while promoting the welfare of white Germans, was also associated with the Jewish lineage and the broader machinations of the Rothschild-led synagogue of Satan. The colours of their movement echo the National Socialist German Workers' Party flag, red, black and white, while the primary colours of the Rothschilds' influence are red and black, suggesting a potential connection between these groups as controlled opposition. This pattern of symbolism indicates that Sewell's movement may not be genuinely focused on the interests of white Australians, but rather serve a more complex agenda. Sewell and his followers in the National Socialist Network don black attire to signify their supposed allegiance to the Rothschilds-led synagogue of Satan, whose primary colours are red and black. This choice mirrors that of some of Antifa members who also dress predominantly in black, indicating their connection to the same group. Furthermore, it is suggested that Sewell and his network serve as controlled opposition, operating under the influence of the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation, ASIO. Speaking of Antifa, let's not dismiss the absurdity that one of the NSN's key members and top propagandist, Joel Davis, was a part of Antifa before he decided to swap teams and become a neo-Nazi.
I was an anarchist punk rocker and actually joined Antifa because I wanted a kind of moral excuse for throwing Molotov cocktails at policemen and punching on with people in the street. And I was kicked out of Antifa by a legion of blue-haired feminists because I was trying to regiment and organize them into a hierarchy. I started giving people roles, trying to work out how are we going to build weapons and fight with some kind of coordination.
Cool story, sus cunt. Surely this must be raising some red flags. This right here, this is some bullshit. He's whipping up a cover story not to distract the fact that he was once a member of Antifa, but to distract you from asking what the fuck it was exactly that he was doing in Antifa. Joel Davis reeks of some kind of deep undercover intelligence operative who gets sent in to infiltrate groups. First Antifa, now the NSN. Come on people, wake up. This brings us to Thomas Sowell.
Can't you just keep it at that? Why do you have to do all the Hitler stuff?
The group is spearheaded by neo-Nazi Thomas Sowell.
Into court to defend himself, neo-Nazi Thomas Sowell is facing 9 charges, accused of intimidating a police officer. The alleged offences happened in November when Sowell spoke on a podcast.
They feel the need to pull off our mask at a demonstration. Perhaps the public should know who these people are, who these police officers are.
The 32-year-old represented himself in front of a magistrate and indicated he'll fight the accusations. I contest all charges. So you're pleading not guilty to all charges? Yes, Your Honour.
We have the right as Australian citizens to mention what the police do and don't do in terms of their assaults and attacks on us.
Sowell is the leader of the white supremacy group, the National Socialist Network. He was supported in court by 6 men.
I'm not going to drop the Hitler stuff.
Neo-Nazi Thomas Sowell in a fight to keep his freedom, his girlfriend by his side for moral support. Crown prosecutors arguing the 37-day sentence he served for a group attack on 6 hikers in the Grampians was manifestly inadequate.
It's a political witch hunt.
Political witch hunt.
I think about the spirit of Hitler.
That's what it is.
The Department of Public Prosecutions wants Sowell re-sentenced to more time behind bars. Sand had
And when we kill these niggers that are coming into our land to rape and kill our families, then the police gets upset because they're like, wait a minute, you can't do that. We're stronger than the police. And if we're not stronger than the niggers with the AKs and the mobile phone jammers to kill us in the 50-year future, if we're not stronger than them, then we're getting raped and killed on our farms. And if we're stronger than them but not stronger than the police, then the police drag us out of our homes. It'll probably be us or our sons or grandsons, and then they put us up on trial and they hang us or they torture us or they put us in jail for the rest of our lives and we die as slaves. So the goal is, whether it's A or B, is to become more powerful than the state. And I'm just a rational, reasonable human.
Thomas Sowell, along with his right-hand man, Joel Davis, are without a shadow of a doubt some form of ASIO operatives. Sewell's actions and the way he behaves on camera suggests he's always working from a dramatically written script and is performing to deliver maximum impact and attention. When watching Thomas Sewell, there is never a time when he doesn't seem to be doing exactly that. And after watching hours of footage of the NSN leader, I believe he finally found the smoking gun that exposes him for what he really is.
They're going to have to accept Hitler.
Now let's watch that again. Slow-mo with no filter. There is no doubt about it. Those punches, nothing but air. That is 100% staged. These motherfuckers are laughing at us. There is no way now that you can watch Thomas Sewell on the TV or your phone screen and be confident that what you're watching is real.
Obviously, just to recapitulate, everybody should come to August 31st and make it clear that there actually is resistance to this government agenda, and it's not going to express itself in the containment rights, talking about digital ID and taxation and multiculturalism.
They're going to accept
and
Hitler.
Aboriginality and Israel and all of these side issues that most people don't
it's the
actually
Jews,
resonate
Hitler was
with.
right,
We
blah,
want
blah, blah.
Australia to be for the Australians. We want Australia for the white man. We want to stop immigration and we want to begin repatriation. And if you come out, that will be made manifest to the population and to the government and to all of these traitors in the establishment right, in the containment right. So come out, bring your friends, and we'll see you there on the day.
So, for whoever is going to a August 31st march for Australia, just know that they are completely psyoped and that they have already lost. There's no chance that they can win the physical war when they've already lost the war in their mind.